So what did the Clippers do so right that convinced Kawhi Leonard to sign with them?
Well, they traded for Paul George tonight, and they are sending to Oklahoma City essentially a record collection of draft picks.
I want to get right to it. You came on here because you said you had an announcement to make about where you want to play next year. What are you doing?
Next year, take my talents to the NBL and play for the Illawarra Hawks.
Excellent. Over in Australia?
Yep.
Absolutely. Why did you decide this is the way to go for you?
I just think it's the best route for me. I'm trying to be the #1 pick.
Now I'm here with Ronnie 2K to get those last-minute details on 2K17. I know you've got the entire scoop.
I'm really excited about NBA 2K17.
Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of NBA Talk. It's been a while since my last episode, but with the NBA season rolling around, I thought, why not get it started? I'm going to try and do one of these every single week where we discuss maybe 3 topics, a video. I'd love to see what other people would like to talk about, the topics around the league, pretty much everything basketball. It doesn't just have to be NBA. It can be anything from all types of different basketball landscapes. But lots and lots of news to catch up on. There's a heap to talk about. We've had NBA 2K20 release, all the NBA free agency decisions so far. With the NBA season, the preseason starts in about a week, so we're getting ready for that. It really feels like maybe 2 weeks ago that the NBA season finished and the Raptors won the championship. A lot's changed since the Raptors won the championship, and we're going to try and dive into everything that we need to know coming into this massive NBA season. It's one of the most hyped NBA seasons, I think, to date. We've got all types of different headlines, storylines. I think it's the most even the competition has been, considering Kevin Durant is with the Brooklyn Nets now. The Golden State Warriors have broken up, and all the other free agency decisions that we've gone over. So let's get into it. So I thought we'd start with the free agency decisions. We had Kawhi Leonard and Paul George decide to team up and go to the Los Angeles Clippers. In my last, episode, we had Kawhi Leonard, and all the rumors at that stage was Kawhi Leonard was going to he wasn't like set in stone, but there was a lot of news and rumors that he was going to go to the Lakers, and I thought he was going to be at the Lakers. Everything that spiraled through Kawhi Leonard's decision to go to the Clippers was crazy. I remember just sitting there watching. I don't know what I was actually watching. Might have been watching some basketball highlights and seeing that Paul George had been traded to the Clippers from OKC, and then a little after, maybe like 3 minutes after, they released that Kawhi Leonard decided to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. So the Los Angeles Clippers and the Lakers rivalry is going to be full on this year. You've got Anthony Davis, LeBron James in one corner, then you've got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George in the other. We've got people are talking up the Clippers like they're the most, basically the most defensive-sided team that we've ever seen. Everyone's saying how are people going to score on Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Pat Bev, Montez Harrell. There's so many people on that roster who are defensive-minded, and I can't wait to see how it meshes. You've got Doc Rivers there as well, and it's gonna be remarkable to see how the Clippers go. And I do believe the Clippers are a massive chance to win the championship. I'm not too sure how much Kawhi will play throughout the actual regular season, because as we've seen with the actual Toronto Raptors, he actually did not play a hell of a lot. With the Raptors, he played maybe like 40, 50 games, and then come into the playoffs and was just elite. He basically took the he did. He not single-handedly. He had a lot of help, but he took the Raptors to a championship, and they beat the Golden State Warriors on their home floor 3 times, which hadn't been done in basically 4 or 5 years. So we did have I did talk about in my last episode, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving teaming up in Brooklyn. There is murmurs that Carmelo Anthony could end up in Brooklyn. I honestly don't understand why Carmelo Anthony hasn't been signed yet, or hasn't been even worked out with the team yet. I think it's remarkable to think that a player of Carmelo Anthony's caliber is just still sitting there. There's tweets, there's so many NBA players that come into his defense saying that there has to be a reason why teams are not looking at Carmelo Anthony, not looking to bring him in. I honestly have no idea why, and it's like I said, it's quite remarkable. Another team I'd like to look at in the free agency, I think I've done really, really well, considering I do think the Lakers done really well. They picked up Danny Green, Avery Bradley. They did have DeMarcus Cousins. He did do his ACL, so they ended up picking up Dwight Howard, which I do think is a good pickup if Dwight Howard can stay healthy and actually probably buy into the Lakers, to what they actually want to bring. But a team I wanted to talk about was the Pelicans. As you guys can see, I'm actually playing with the Pelicans. They have reshaped their entire roster. They got Zion, they got Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Derek Favors, JJ Redick. These players are good players, and teaming up with Drew Holiday and having Alvin Gentry as the coach, I wouldn't put it past the Pelicans making a big stamp this season and even pushing for a playoff spot. I don't know if they'll challenge to win the championship or anything like that, but they're a massive chance to compete for a playoff spot and definitely give some people some worries. I do think Lonzo Ball is going to have a breakout year. I think Lonzo will be massive this year for the Pelicans, and I do think that with everything that's been said, there was a report last week that LeVar Ball had commented on Lonzo Ball not actually calling him damaged goods and saying that the fact that he hasn't been in the league for 2 years is basically cost the company, and the company is struggling through it. I think that's I do think that's quite remarkable to think that that LeVar is not necessarily blaming Lonzo, but he is basically saying that, like, you haven't performed in the league, and that's why our brand is not as successful. They had Alan Foster, who stole a lot of money. There was that massive report that Alan Foster stole $2 million off Lonzo, so they got rid of him, and this is why the brand has subsided, and this is what's happened. But I do think Lonzo's going to have a great year. I think being next to Drew Holiday, an experienced point guard, and also having JJ Redick there, I think these experienced players, these veterans, are really going to help Lonzo, and I honestly can't wait to watch the Pelicans when they go to head-to-head. We had Russell Westbrook end up with the Houston Rockets. I don't know what's happened to Oklahoma. Chris Paul was traded from Houston. There was reports that him and CP weren't getting on. There was massive reports, actually, that him and CP weren't getting on. And two weeks later, basically, CP3 was traded for Russell Westbrook. So Russell Westbrook's reunited with James Harden. And I don't know if Houston got better with the trade, because I know Chris Paul sets his team up a lot. And yes, Westbrook does average a triple-double, and it's remarkable that he averages a triple-double. I think a lot of people take that for granted that Russ actually averages a triple-double. But with James Harden, James Harden basically has the ball 85% of the time. And then now that you've got Russell Westbrook there as well, who is a very ball-dominant point guard, I don't know if Houston are going to be as dangerous as everyone thinks. I think that there will be like growing pains at the start. And I do think they'll make the playoffs and they'll finish top 4 seed. But I wouldn't not put them as a lock, as in with the Clippers and the Lakers and even Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz got a lot better with their pickups and all that. So lots to look forward to with this NBA season. Jimmy Butler signed with the Miami Heat. There is so much to talk about. There is so many. There's basically like over 60 free agency decisions that we could talk about. But with the NBA season starting, I thought it'd be cool to do like a predictions and not give a full prediction to the season yet. I will do a prediction, basically probably in the episode or in the web pod when the NBA season's about to start, maybe like 2 days before. So let's move on to the next topic, where I might talk about some of the predictions that I believe will happen in this season. So, like I said, I didn't really want to like dive into crazy predictions, but I do believe that I think the Lakers and the Clippers will be jostling for the 1-2 seed. I do believe this. I just think that it depends basically on how much Kawhi Leonard's going to play. I don't know how much Kawhi will play. If Kawhi plays the extended minutes that we all think he will play, and we think he won't play, I don't know if the Clippers will actually be striving for that number 1 seed in the league. I think if anyone's going to be number 1 seed, I was talking about Houston just before, just being a 4 seed, but Houston does really, they perform in the, Houston perform in the regular season. We've seen that the past 2 seasons, performed in the regular season, got to the playoffs, and then they've met Golden State, who they haven't been able to get over, with KD, with Clay, with Steph, but we know a lot's changed with Golden State as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how Golden State go. So I wanted to do a prediction on basically not the rookie of the year, but I think this rookie who is going to have a real standout year, and I want to come back to this video if it does come true. I think Michael Porter Jr., everyone's forgot about. Michael Porter Jr. was in the draft last year. He missed the entire season with the Denver Nuggets. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Denver Nuggets as well. Denver are going to be extremely tough in this season. They did get bounced out by Portland, but they are going to be very, very tough this season. They did pick up, like I said, they're bringing back Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. basically was the number one high school player back in the day. So I think Denver's going to be very, very tough in the Western Conference. The Eastern Conference is going to be interesting as well. We've got Brooklyn with no KD, but there has been murmurs that Kevin Durant could return to the Brooklyn Nets by the season's end. I don't see this happening. He did his Achilles, and it normally takes like a year for your Achilles to recover. And would they really want to rush Kevin Durant back? Signing a max deal, I think a 4-3 year deal with the Brooklyn Nets. Does he really want to rush back and cause another injury that's basically gonna cost him for his whole career? Because he's not young Kevin Durant, but we just know how explosive Kevin Durant is, and do you really want to risk losing that just for a few games and a shot at a title that you may not win? You may not be guaranteed to win as the season goes on. Also, another big announcement that came that's not NBA related, NBL related. LaMelo Ball decided to sign with the Hawks in Australia. So, living in Australia, we've got LaMelo Ball here. It's basically going to be a circus once the NBL begins. I do believe that stadiums will be sold out to watch LaMelo. The Illawarra Hawks he'll be playing for. He has played a few preseason games, and he actually held his own. So amongst me and my friends and all that, I always say that LaMelo is going to be a top 5 pick. Still to this day, I'll hold that. I do believe that LaMelo will be a number. I think he'll be top 5. Seeing how he plays, his court vision, he's a better shooter than Lonzo. He's a better scorer than Lonzo. He can also pass like Lonzo. He's very, very long for his age and for his size. At the point guard position, I think he's 6'7", and he's just so long. I think he's going to be very, very hard to go past if you're an NBA team. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to go past LaMelo Ball. Just seeing him on preseason highlights, but like I said, just the preseason. But once the NBL begins, I'll definitely be looking at his season and evaluating his rise in his draft stocks and all that kind of stuff as we move into our last topic of the day. So our last topic, I thought we'd just quickly talk about FIXNBA2K20. Just briefly discuss. We did have NBA 2K20 drop, and oh my god, it's probably one of the worst release games that I've ever seen, that I've known. I haven't really paid attention to how games release and all that kind of stuff. But if you were on Twitter, basically the day after NBA 2K20 came out, it was basically a riot. Ronnie 2K, I'm sure his DMs were getting hit up by millions and millions of people. The game was just not finished. It was broken. There was so many things wrong with it. People were getting rep bars stopping. People weren't even able to access every time they'd go to upgrade their play with VC, the game would crash. They'd buy VC, it'd take their money but not give them VC. It has been fixed quite a lot, and I think people are getting used to the game more, but my god, I have no idea why NBA 2K was released when it basically wasn't ready. There was also videos going around that Ronnie 2K actually lied to the community and came out and said that we're getting new parks, we're getting this. There's videos of him saying this. We're going to be able to adjust our players. If we want to go back, we can change stuff. None of that was true. We have not got any new parks. We haven't got any. You can't adjust your player. Once you make him, you make him. You cannot go back and change anything. Yes, you can change badges and all whatnot, but you cannot go back and change any. Just go back and watch some of them videos. Go look at Twitter. Search FIXNBA2K20. It was actually trending. The game was basically broken. There was a badge glitch out. There was so much wrong with this game, and there is still things wrong with it. There's things that don't work, which they definitely need to fix. Private matchmaking doesn't work sometimes. Online matchmaking doesn't work. So there is a ton of things that NBA 2K20 needs to fix, and to get 2K21 right, I have no idea what 2K can do. Surely they're going to bring in new parks. Surely they're going to do something like that, because it seems like 2K take things away and then just add them back and act like they're new, which is extremely annoying. That they act like that 2K comes out with, we've got rep system back again, but they used to have rep system, they got rid of it and they brought it back. So it doesn't really make sense. But that's how I thought it would end today's return to basically a web series that I got going on. It's NBA Talk, talking basically everything NBA. This is all that I basically want to talk about in today's week and in the week of NBA. Next week, the NBA preseason actually starts, so we'll start to look at teams and break down how teams are going to look for the upcoming season. We'll try and preview every single team, and I'll try and give a prediction on what I think the team might do and who their leading scorers will be, where they're going to finish in the seedings, and what you can basically expect from them. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the return to this video. Make sure to go check out the other episodes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.